I'm hating it.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Boo Radley. All right. First of all, always when you're in high school, the question is, what the fuck am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? What am I, gonna be? Holy crap! Or maybe it's I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna keep on going. Or maybe it's I'm just gonna work here, still in Radio Shack, or I'm gonna continue here working at Best Buy. You probably won't work at Best Buy. You're probably working at like a ShopRite or some shit, but ShopRite is like a Publix if you live in Florida, and if you live in Georgia, it's like a Kroger. And I only know the East Side. I really don't know the West. But question is, should I go to college? And which one should I go to? The real question is, do you really know what you want to be, what you want to do? And if you don't know, then you should really go to a college that's a public university. You go to a public university, and there's a bunch of people that don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. Just make sure that you have the 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 choice the choice is available after you make up your mind. And if you have your parents, they're coming and saying, well, son, you have to be a doctor. Tell them fuck off. Like maybe you don't want to be a doctor, maybe you don't want to be an engineer, maybe you just want to be a cook, a chef all your life. Maybe you want to do that for the rest of your life. Maybe you want to do something like graphic design, you know. And, parents don't understand this concept, especially those that never been to college, where they see such, the ideals of going to college as something that's so big, something, holy shit, you have to go through it and you have to do it and you have to be all the best you can. When those that did go to college, that college is basically full of people that, do drugs, smoke weed. That's a joke. But I guess everybody smokes weed, so that's okay, right? Fucking society that we live in, and that's another episode. But yeah, I mean, you know how really college is, and you know what that truth is about college. That it's a bunch of bullshit. When you can actually learn, you don't even learn from the teachers. Most of the time, you just learn from the books, and the teachers are the one that write the book. And so I guess you just take a book and you spend your own time and you learn about it. But, I read somewhere that universities are for somebody to explore and develop what they really are and how they truly feel. And I think that it's just a good way to make people pay for money. I mean, pay to get money and also pay a lot of money, to get some education. When education truly shouldn't it be, less about funding, so much money to damn school, and more about educating people. And I guess we don't see that. And I guess that's something that you notice in colleges. Some difference between universities and colleges is that a college is smaller, more for like the community type people that are going right after high school and did not get accepted to a university. Where in a university, it is like a state thing where professors go. There's actually professors who are doctors and write reports and make a big difference in life. And colleges, I guess, are not good of professors or professors that write books and stuff. Most of the time in universities, all the professors write their own books that they teach in class, and they're big books. So the difference between a college and a university, if you have the option of going to a college because you weren't given the option of going to university, not just because of financial reasons, because you didn't qualify for it, then you should definitely go to college. Not try to get yourself into a university. Why? Because I believe that in college it's such a so small for the community where you will actually learn to grow as and, uh, and better because you're in a small classroom and you just actually develop your skills better. And now that you're growing up, you actually become more mature. or you are translucent into another dimension. Um, However, that didn't make sense, but it'll make sense when you're in sophomore in college. Dormitory life. What's cool about dormitory life? Cool thing is that you could actually go into a room and there's somebody, this is your interest. There's a couple people playing on the Nintendo, playing Smash Brothers, or you could go into another room. And there's somebody playing World of Warcraft, or there's another room where somebody's just talking about muscle milk, or talking about whey protein, or talking about going to the gym. You go to another room and there's people having sex, or they go to another room and there's people doing drugs. So there's so many interests that you could just walk into. And sometimes you just have so many damn options. You choose to do them all, and then you're screwed. Um, but I didn't put in the room where we like to study, right? Like I said, I think without college, people would study more. Right now, the term college and university, I'm going to use it as one. I'm going to differentiate the same thing, the differences. Although, college, I believe they don't really have dormitories. Maybe they have more like apartment type living with the same community students. And I've heard and I noticed that in going to college, the classes are smaller and are tend to be a lot easier, and the teachers are more lenient in grading because there's a greater connection between the students, and that really does make a difference. I'm not going to pass over 9 minutes, but if you're sitting in high school thinking, should I go to college or should I go to woke technical school? Should I go to university? Should I worry about this? Should I worry? Yes, you should worry because you want to be somebody in life. And it's not that you should lean back and let the water take you because remember, looking at it this way, you know, the world, life is basically a stream that's going against you. And you always have to go upstream. And don't only concentrate on going upstream, but also notice what is around you while you're swimming upstream. But if that makes any sense, have I answered the question? Should you go to college? That is a question that is pretty difficult to answer because there's many people that argue, as myself. But the fact is, ironically, I did go to college and I'm still going to college. So maybe I'm using my perspectives that I learned in college to give you my perspective. And it's unfair for me to gain such perspective when you have the same chance. So, unless you have a trust fund, or unless your parents own a business, or unless you're anything, just you should go to college. But always follow what you want to be. Don't let anybody influence you, even if it's in good way. Let whatever your heart, your interest, follow what you want to do. I probably said a lot of things about shit, but yeah. And I'm gonna throw in some pictures about what goes on in college parties. And if you're, if you want to be part of the social life, be prepared to open yourself up and to take off the safeguards that you gave into this world to people, so that they won't hurt you, because you're gonna get hurt and bashed down really hard when you enter this atmosphere. Yep. All right, that's me signing off. Be rad. Check it out.